The blue sky. Snow-white clouds. Green oceans, they are the beauty of the world we yearn for. Have you ever thought about the beauty of nature? Can we use software to simulate the description? In fact, PS has a very powerful drawing function. In this class, let's talk about using gradient tools to depict the beautiful scenery of nature. Due to the existence of the atmosphere, therefore, gradual colors often appear in nature, such as the blue sky and the sea blue sky from near to far. The color fades gradually. The sea fades in color from far away to near, according to their changing rules. We use PS software to draw, to simulate the beauty of nature. Okay, let's create a landscape illustration based on the photos. Create a new layer first. Select Rectangular Marquee tool. Then pull out the range of the sky. Select Gradient. Adjust the color of the color block. Double-click. Then absorb the light blue in the distant horizon and the deep blue of the nearby horizon. Click OK. Then left-click to pull out the control line. Okay, now we get the gradient sky. Let's adjust the layer order. Then create a new layer to draw the ocean. One thing to pay attention to in the ocean: the place where the sea and the sky alternate is rather vague. Therefore, the marine selection area should be feathered. We select Rectangular Marquee tool. Feather, add a pixel. And then pull out the extent of the ocean. Click Gradient tool. To adjust the color of the color block, double-click to select the dark blue in the distance and the nearby green color. Click OK. Left-click to pull out the control line. Okay, this is the color of the ocean. Ctrl+D. Then there will be gaps on the left and right sides. Let's turn it up a little bit. Ctrl+T. Hold down the Shift key. Alt key to increase, click OK. Okay, so the sky and the sea are made. Then we will draw white clouds. Let's first analyze the clouds. Its color gradually darkens from top to bottom. Then the edges are blurred, gradually become smaller from near to far. Such a rule. Next, let's draw. Create a new layer first. Then we use Selection Filling and Lasso tool to establish a free constituency. Then the edges are feathered to a certain extent. Draw clouds nearby. You can draw more free graphics. It doesn't need to be exactly the same as the clouds in the picture. Okay, create a selection area to fill. Then define the color of the clouds. Dark part, bright part. Click OK. Pull out the control line. Okay, this is a nearby cloud. Then draw a series of clouds. Use the same method. Okay, use the same method we have drawn the previous group of clouds. Then we copy and transform it, Ctrl+Alt+T. To make distant clouds. Okay, we can make some adjustments. Then make it transparent. And darker. Okay, let's make the edges of it more blurred. Use Filter, Blur and Gaussian Blur. Click OK, so that a group of clouds in the distance is completed. Then press Ctrl+Alt+T. Make another group. Resize it and make it more transparent and darker in color. Can be done. More obscure. Gaussian blur. Okay, so we simulate the effect of clouds. Next, we will further create the seascape map. We make the sky show a rainbow. We use Gradient tool. There is a rainbow. There is a rainbow gradient in green. Okay, we need to adjust all its sliders to one place. Including the above. Transparency color block. Click OK. Then we select Mirror Gradient. Pull out the control line. OK, then create a new layer. Pull out the control line. We get a rainbow. Then we delete. Below part. This is a rainbow. We adjust its transparency. Then let the sea also get a reflection. Ctrl+Alt+T, adjust opacity. Okay, next, let's let some waves shine on the sea. Let's create a new layer. Select Rectangular Marquee tool to pull out the ripple line. Select Gradient tool. Select the transparency of the foreground color in the default. The effect we need is white in the middle. The two ends are transparent. Let's define this color bar. Double-click. White. Both ends are white. Okay, add another color block here. It's also white. Adjust the color blocks at both ends to 0%. Middle color block is 100%. Opaque. Click OK. OK, pull out the control line. In this way, a wave is drawn. Then we copied and adjusted. Draw a set of wave lines. The wavelines are drawn, then we add some flashing spots. Still use the Gradient tool. Select Gradient tool, then the type is Mirror Gradient. Adjust the color bar. Define one end as white and the other as transparent. 0% opacity. Then pull out the control line. We'll get some light spots. Okay, the spot drawing is complete. Let's add a few boats. Create a new layer. Use polygonal lasso tool. Draw out. Hull. Okay, let's continue to make a gradient sail. We choose variegated and gradient. This color differs from solid color gradient. It cannot adjust the color block. No color block. You can only adjust in the color model. Let's make a yellow-green one. Color gradient. Correspondingly, we made another sail. Color gradient. Okay, so that a boat can be made. Then we use Ctrl+Alt+T to make its reflection. So that a ship can be drawn. Then we'll add a few more boats in the distance. Okay, after adding the boat in the distance, adjust the opacity of a distant boat. The whole picture is finished. This is a landscape illustration drawn by simulating nature. Now let's sum up. Gradient filling can simulate the gradient effect of natural illumination for painting. We need to use gradient types flexibly, including linear, mirror image, angle, symmetry, and diamond. You can make a very rich gradient effect, like rainbows and spots. When customizing gradient color tones, you can left-click the bottom to add a color block. You can also left-click the top to add a transparency color block. Simultaneously, you can click and drag to delete color blocks. In the gradient type option including solid base and variegated color, solid base can delete and add color blocks by itself. Variegated colors have no color blocks to adjust. You can only adjust through the color model. After today's learning, do you want to show your skills? Let's make a wonderful illustration of sunrise and sea of clouds. To test the results of today's study,